Nah. Yeah, B still sounds really...
Welcome to the Ultimate Profiler Showdown. This isn't declaring one profiler as the best. It's about which one rules when it comes to specific tones and genre. And today, it's all about the clean tone. And we've got 4 profilers going head to head to find out who's the true clean tone champion. And joining me today is none other than Jake, a session guitarist all the way from Australia, currently based in London. He's toured with Pixie Lott, Alex Isley, and Missy, who is currently supporting Burna Boy on his upcoming tour. Jake is a clean tone aficionado. And he's one of the very few guitarists who's really impressed me. Hi Jake, thanks for being here today.
Hey Ricky, how you doing? It's great to be here, thanks for having me on.
Please tell us what pedals you're currently using and what do you love about it?
So in terms of what I'm using at the moment, I mainly run the quad Cortex. You might be able to see it just behind here. I run that with an Eventide H9 just for effects, but I really enjoy it because I can capture my sound and I can run my drive pedals, my amps, and it feels more authentic to what I'm used to using in the analog realm.
And tell us, what do you look for in a clean tone?
Yeah, in a clean tone, I really like a nice crystalline, clear top end where you can really hear all the note definition and that kind of thing, but it has to be warm as well. And that's a really tricky balance to strike. But also having a nice compression where it still feels nice and doesn't sound plinky, and so it has to have enough weight behind it that it still feels full, something along those lines.
Right, Jake, here's how it works. This is a knockout style competition. 4 profilers compete in 3 rounds. The winners of the first 2 rounds advance to the final, where they face off to determine the overall winner. Each round eliminates 1 contestant, leaving only the winner at the end. I'll play the same clean tone track through each profiler with the same guitar. I will set the patches based on what I think sounds good within what the unit has. And you get to listen and pick the winner based on the overall tone. But here's the twist. You won't know which sound belongs to which profiler. You will be hearing blind tests, so no bias. At the end, we'll crown the clean tone champion. Let the games begin. Round 1 of the Ultimate Profiler Showdown is Kemper versus Ampero Stage 2. First up is the Kemper.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's see if the next profiler matches up.
Okay, track B. It's way darker. Honky as well, right in the
midst. So Jake, let us know what you think about each tone and pick a winner between A and B.
Okay, so A for me sounded quite bright and full frequency response. It sounded like quite snappy and you could really hear the high end. The low end didn't sound too muddy as well. That one sounded really nice. And then when I heard B, especially back to back with that one, it sounded really dark, like really muffled in the top end, and it also sounded quite mid-focused when you went to the faster playing, that like really percussive stuff. So it's definitely A for me there, like hands down A.
The winner of round 1 is Kemper! And round 2 is here. The Quad Cortex takes on the Fender Tonemaster. Let's hear what the Quad Cortex has to offer. Now let's check out the Tonemaster.
Okay.
Between C and D, what do you think?
All right, so actually, let me have another quick listen. Okay, cool. So I've had another listen, went back and just double checked. C had quite a nice top end, and it still sounded warm as well. But when you went to the faster funk bit in the second half, it seemed to be a little bit flat. But D was even more flat. It almost sounded like two-dimensional, and it sounded very like forward. But then D also had a bit of a mid-range honk as well, where it didn't have the extended high end and it didn't have a lot of bass either. So C was the winner for me there, especially in the first half. It sounded really nice in the first half.
And winner of this round is the Quad Cortex. Let's head into the finals to determine the clean tone champion. Before we crown the champion, remember that this series is purely for entertainment's sake. Every profiler has its own strengths and characteristics. The winner here doesn't mean that it's the ultimate choice for everyone. There are still so many profilers and multi-effects units in the market that I have yet to try out. Feel free to explore and find the one that suits your style, your playing, your sound, and your needs the best. Take this as an inspiration, and happy effects pedal hunting. And for the final round, it's the Kemper versus the Quad Cortex. Let's kick it off with Kemper.
A sounded really nice. Really good top end, really clear throughout. I really like A.
Here comes the Quad Cortex. Let's see if it can steal the crown. So Jake, before you tell us the winner, which profiler do you think is in the final two?
I think it's going to be the Kemper, because I think you know that one really well and you've dialed it in. So I reckon that one's going to be sounding really nice. The other one is a hopeful. I think it's going to be the Quad Cortex because it's the one that I use. So I think I'd like the sound of that one.
And finally, give us your thoughts.
Quick listen to A and C again. I reckon C has a little bit more of a DI sound about it. It's a little bit more, it doesn't sound as real. I don't know if that's just me imagining that, but A to me sounds more natural, and the single notes still feel like they have life in them and that they've got like a personality. Whereas I think on C it felt a little bit more plasticky sounding. A is the winner for me for sure. Definitely the clear winner. I hope it's the Quad Cortex. It'd be sad if it's not the Quad Cortex.
And the winner of the clean tone clash is Kemper.
Now that I think about it, A's Kemper. You've dialed it in.
That's it for today's episode, and big thanks to Jake for being a sport. So Jake, let us know what you have going on and where to follow you.
I'm heading out on the road soon this year, so head to my Instagram at Bisognin, and you can see what I'm up to there. You can also check me out on YouTube as well. I've got my channel there at Jake Bisognin. So thanks again, Rikki, for having me on. I really appreciate it. It's been great to be on your channel.
On the next episode, we're taking it up a notch with classic rock crunch. Which profiler would deliver the hardest, fattest crunch? And let me know in the comments which profiler you think nailed the clean tone challenge. So to be honest with you, this whole experience playing through each of them, I think individually by itself, all of them sounds really good, even though Ampero 2 seems to be missing with quite a lot of frequencies. But of course that it's slightly unfair because Ampero Stage 2 is meant to be like a mid-range, whereas the other three of them, they are the top professional range. And the price point as well. Of course, Ampero is way cheaper, so I don't think that's fair to compare. But it was really interesting to listen to them side by side. And also Jake is an expert, and I think he gave quite a lot of good tips and characteristics that he's looking for. And, you know, good judgment. Just all around nice guy and with great ears. Another thing which is slightly unfair was I use Kemper the most, and I've been using it for about 3-4 years, I think. So that's slightly unfair because I think if ever one day I wanted to switch to the quad or the Fender, give it time, I think I would be able to create something similar. And also the Tonemaster is such a different product. It has so much of a characteristic from an amp. I actually felt that I was playing a real amp, you know, when I was playing it. It's got that crunch from, you know, from the gain knobs of an amp. So yeah, great job, Fender.
Let me have a quick listen to B and... Nah. Yeah, B still sounds really narrow and quite mid-focused.
And the winner of the Tone Claymilla.
I think I like D more than C now, though. I think D might sound a little bit better than C in this example. A is still the winner.